doing something a little different in the kitchen with a review of Junction Trail that begins right in Durango. It is a fairly easy but beautiful route that is a great option if you want to get out of town. Keep your eyes on the road, or even this trail could catch you sleeping. Of course, I make sure to scope out the campsites for you. The rain was relentless on this trip, which means it was time to splash in the puddles and enjoy the beautiful views. Alright, so this is the start of Junction Trail. You take 25th Avenue right out of Durango, and it turns on a dirt road, and I guess it goes to top of a mountain. It's supposed to be super easy on where the trail's off-road, and it just looks like a graded dirt road, but this is unexpected. Wasn't planning to do any filming today, but fishing didn't go as planned, so just gonna go check out the area and see what a trail 5 minutes out of downtown Durango looks like. A half mile in, you get the typical forest sign with the do's and don'ts. All the trails in the area, which it seems like there is a lot. And check that out. You can drive up to 300 feet from the designated road to find a campsite. It's pretty cool. And regulations, because, you know, we all need that. And right on cue, just had to tell her where the hunter who shot Bambi's mom lives. So there are some corrugations, and I'm feeling it in a IFS vehicle. So if you're out here in a, there it is, Jeep or something, be prepared. You might chip a tooth. Beyond that, it's pretty flat. At 7 miles in, there is a parking lot for the Animas Overlook Trail. It is worth the stop, and before you complain, it's a very short hike. You can see it out in the distance, but those white cliff faces are pretty nifty. And then if you're into it, there's a bunch of picnic tables and barbecue pits on this little trail. What? Single rainbow? I thought I was at least a double rainbow kind of guy, but I guess we'll just deal with one. Down below would be the Animas River and Durango. Pretty cool view. So do you ever have those moments where you're kind of getting your spidey senses turned on and you feel like, I don't know, maybe I should turn around? But it is dumping rain right now. And the sides of the road are starting to pull up and flood a little bit. This is a 20-mile trail road, not like a hardcore trail, but I could see things getting washed out, which, you know what, if things get hairy and go sideways and I end up stuck without all my gear because I didn't know this was happening, maybe I will finally have a popular YouTube video. I just need things to go horribly pear-shaped, and I'll finally make it. Anyways, well, best of luck. I heard there was a sneaky little campsite up here, and I wouldn't be earning the money that y'all ain't paying me if I don't go take a peek and show you if it's a spot you'd consider pitching a tent. No, not the embarrassing type like in middle school gym class. But like that, this one seems to be nicely tucked away up in the waistband and away from view. Here's another campsite. Kind of right off the main trail. You kind of get some good views through the trees. You might be able to fit a couple vehicles up here, but not bad. I'd say if you ate those, you would at least have an interesting time. Yep, there's that rain. Won't leave me alone on this trip. But you know what, we need it. It's fine. But man, I thought we were supposed to be in a drought. Well, it's freaking wet, but the views are getting pretty out here. Got lucky and had a glorious hole in the clouds bestowed upon me. The timing was rather perfect, as the trail turned into somewhat of a shelf road, finally letting me see the great views this trail promised of the San Juan Mountains. Evidence of all the rain. Even on easy trails, there are always booby traps, so stay frosty. Booby. Alright, I wouldn't call it a shelf road, but if you messed up, you're gonna have a bad day. So at about 30% in, the road gets a little rougher. I mean, it's still one. I mean, you might be able to argue with the two. If you're in just a low-slung passenger vehicle, might need to watch where you put your tires, but it's still pretty easy, but it's getting your attention. The views right now get a lot better if you look out. Well, sorta. Take what you can get. Well, it's good and bad. Super pretty because of the rain, but not fantastic for filming because of the rain. This trail doesn't have a name. It's a little spur off the side. I can't resist. It looks like it'll loop back into the main trail eventually, but by myself, it's been raining a lot. No idea what to expect. So I feel like this is probably the best plan of action, is just to go drive blindly into the wilderness. Because, you know, I felt like this meal was a little bland and I needed to spice it up. Well, it says to go straight and not to take this trail, but I'm here to make the mistakes so you guys don't. So let's go see where this bad boy goes. What's the best use of a $400 camera? Boo! Boo! Nobody likes you! Boo! No trespassing private properties. There's the end of my fun. So that will get you to the Colorado Trail, which apparently is less than a mile down the way. Over on the backside, I was graciously gifted another break from the rain. Like a creepy stalker off in the distance, the rain is waiting to make its move. About 3 miles from the end of the trail, this is supposed to be a campsite. So I say, let's go check this one out too. So you could probably fit a couple cars up here. And of course it has a nice fire pit already. Somebody brought freaking oysters, and it looks like Yellow Jackets really like oysters. I'm learning all kinds of things today. I'm guessing if you walk through these trees for a little bit, you can kind of get a view of the valley down there. So not a bad one. Not bad at all. So if you had a trailer or a really big rig or big group, this might be your best option at 1.5 miles from the end of the trail for you guys to camp with. The last couple of miles, you can tell, do not get used nearly as much, where between the tire tracks there's still just green grass and flowers and whatnot. So I mean, it's getting traffic, but not nearly as much as like the first 15 miles or so. All right, so we reached the end of the trail. The trail's cool, but the end of it's kind of anticlimactic. It just kind of ends. And it looks like you can whip your horse out of the back of your truck or Jeep and continue on, or hike it if you want. But I didn't bring hiking shoes or a horse, so this is as far as I go. The trail was actually a nice, pleasant surprise. I didn't expect that. Super pretty. I'm hoping on the way down the sky's clear, because it is Not raining as hard, but you're missing a lot of the vistas. And a lot of the campsites looks like they have great views. I'd like to get some video of that for you guys in case you want to come up here and go camping. But this would be a great option if, you know, you don't have the time or the vehicle to really get out super far out of Durango and tackle some of the hardest stuff. You could do this just about any four-wheel drive, maybe just front-wheel drive. But you get up over 10,000 feet, you get some amazing, as I said, amazing views. There's not, I mean, it's a Monday, but there's no people up here. And if it's hot in Durango, this is a good option. Basically, it's a, I wouldn't say it's a hidden gem. I'm sure everybody here knows about it, but if you're in the area and looking for something to do, close with a family or something, this would be a good one. I definitely recommend it.
And remember, what's your goal?